Hey guys, it's Josh with Fancy Trades, and today is May 4th. It's Monday, and I'm going to be going over my trades for today. I really only did two trades. It was with Boeing and CCL. They were pretty solid, so I ended the day up a whole $3,200 in profit, so it was great. And so yeah, let's get right into it. Let's go to Boeing real quick. BA. Here's on the 5. Let's just change that to a minute. So actually, I saw this stock early in the morning, like 2 in the morning. I was playing ARK, and I just thought I'd come check it out, let's see if they gap down or whatever. And it did. It gapped down pretty big from 133 all the way down to 129 just right away. And I can't actually trade or execute a trade on E-Trade at 4 in the morning. And I just thought it was going to be a really, really good short for after hours because, you know, the big news about Warren Buffett selling all of his shares of American Airlines and all the Southwest, Delta, United, all that stuff. And Boeing has an effect with all the airlines to an extent. And so the American Airlines was already down like 13%. So Boeing was down like 6, got into this at 129 for the first entry, 127.50 for the second average in, and then right as soon as the market opened, 126.20 for the third. And then it panic dipped for the first 5 minutes, and I got out at 125.50. So that was the first trade of the day, just early in the morning, first 5-6 minutes. Got that over with. And then CCL is what actually I traded all day long. So we'll go over down to there. There was actually two things that I didn't see that I should have seen for going long. I'll get into that after I talk about my short positions. So the first one I got into was right over here. I got my first short at 1402 and 1399, which is right above here. So it spiked up big time in the morning, right? This is where it first topped off, came down, and made its lower high. So great, that's what I'm looking for when I'm going short. And I know I could have longed it, but I'll get to that in a minute. So when I was looking for the short, I found that this was the lower high, and it finally was making a turnover, and so I got in. I averaged in the first time at 1402 and then again at 1399 because this bubble is actually your entry. This is when you need to recognize, like, okay, this is the lower high, and this is when I need to get in. Right here is where it broke down the EMA for the second time after the first big dip, and this was gonna obviously come down again because it's a lower high. It's gonna start coming down after that big run. So I covered right around into the oversold, and the blue around it was like in the RSI was at 27. I just covered it at 1369, so that was a solid trade. And then about like an hour and a half, 2 hours later, I did my second entry, which was CCL went all the way back up to 1450, and I decided to short it again. Right up here, it's consolidating. You can tell that it's making that nice triangle up and down, lower highs, higher lows. And then finally, right here, that bubble is. This is your guys' entry. This is the thing that you guys need to be looking for. If you're not over the PDT rule like I am, like how I got in at 1454 and 1448, this is your entry. That first panic under the EMA breaks that triangle, that consolidation point, and then bam, I'll get in right away. That first 2-minute candles, you still got time, and that's your confirmation. That circle is your confirmation candles, and that is when you need to know to get in. And so I got in a little above that, and I was gonna have a stop loss right above 1450 or 1460, but it obviously went down my way, and because of the confirmation, not because I'm always right, because it's the confirmation. I would have got out if it came back up, but then it started grinding down the EMA. It came down a lot, bounced back up, touched EMA, came back down, and it was pretty low at this point on the minute. So I just thought I'm just going to get out here, and I sold at that, what was this, $14.13, and that bubble right there is when I got out. I mean, I got out a little too soon, but that's okay. Took my profits. That's all I wanted, and I was good. And later on, I think an hour later, it dropped down a lot more. And that's okay, because now this is when I bought the dip. Right and down here in the oversold. It finally had that nice green bar when it was in the oversold, and that is when I made my entry at 1376. That was I only did one entry in that 1376, and then rebought it or sold it at 1386. So really small gain, and I thought it was going to hit that EMA and come back down or something, but it did not. I sold too early, and that's okay. I want to take my profits and be good. And so those were my 3 main trades on this that were solid. And now we're going to get to my bad trades on CCL. Even though I ended the day up still $3,200, I still had bad trades on this, but I kept my losses small, and let my winners run. This is how, keep small stop losses, let the winners run. So right here, beginning of the day, this is where I made my first entry, actually. And I saw this run up, and I thought this consolidation was going to be the drop, and it obviously wasn't because it still went up. But my thought was that it would double top, or not double top, it would top off at this consolidation and just completely crash. But this is completely my fault, because I should understand that when a stock jumps up like that and starts riding up on the EMA, it's giving a very good bullish signs, very good strength, and there should be no reason for me to try to short that right there, and I wasn't thinking straight. And so I did. I think it was probably 1358, and sold up at 1365 or something like that, and got out quick. Went up, much higher. So good thing I got out. But this right here is signs of good bullish run-ups that spike up in the morning and that grind up that EMA. I can show you an example right now of another stock that an example of what I'm talking about. Let's see. Let's pull this up. Mark was one that ran today, but it just gives you a couple examples of why. I mean, when it spikes up and then it consolidates and it hits that EMA, it spikes up again, consolidates, and it's still above the EMA and just keeps getting pushed up and up every single time consolidates. So right here, spikes up in the morning, it's too high, comes back down, hits the EMA, spikes back up, comes back down, it's consolidating all right here, hits that EMA, spikes up, it spiked up actually pretty high, came back down, consolidated, hit this EMA, got spiked, pushed up, consolidated, got pushed up again into the after hours. So that's kind of what I'm talking about when it says I spiked up in the morning, it's giving good bullish strength, and it's grinding up that EMA. So that is what I should have seen on CCL, but I obviously did not, and that was my mistake. I got in a little too early, and I didn't wait for confirmation. Unlike this right here, that is confirmation when it makes a lower high. Now that's possible for a change in trend. And again, up here, where it actually made a change in trend right after the consolidation. Instead of getting pushed up off the EMA, it broke down right away. So that was my short entry, and I've been doing a lot of shorts lately. Even though I could have made really nice longs on this, that's another part where I did wrong. This thing gapped down pretty big, and I should have realized that it had some pretty good support from the last week or so. Right around here, I drew that red line. You guys can see that. I'm not sure. But right up there on these days at the chart, the daily, where it just cannot break that support line. And today, when it opened up right above it, it just completely bounced. It just went straight up. I should have realized that too, but it's fine. I've been trying to focus on shorts so much that I'm kind of getting blind to the longs. So I think I'm going to be switching over a little bit, going long more, so I can get best of both worlds and kind of recognize the long plays and not just the shorts. So that's a good recommendation. If you guys don't ever go short, you guys should realize the short signs and long sides, so you know what you're going to get into. Like what I just showed here. If you're showing signs of the lower high, you don't want a longer right here. I mean, because it has potential to go down, since just made a lower high. You would want to get it in when it's getting above that EMA. It gets pushed up, consolidates, and gonna get pushed up by the EMA again, right? So that was just my trades today. Still ended up the day up 3,200, even with that morning push up that I failed on. And so yeah, that was it. If you guys thought this was helpful, go ahead and like and subscribe. Give me any criticism, comment below, any questions about the chart, and yeah, and study up for tomorrow, because it's still gonna be a crazy week. And see you later.